This is the homework for section 9.4, Honors Geometry. If you feel I'm going too fast, you need to pause the recording because I will go very quickly. So I will sketch these out as fast as I can. So this one asks for the distance from x to y. And if you look at this problem, you should say, well, that's clearly a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So xy equals twice that, 8. Number 2, we're told that PQ equals 24 and OQ is 13, and we want to know what OM is. Well, this is a right angle, this is 12 because together they make 24. That's a 5, 12, 13, so OM equals 5. OT equals 9, or S equals 18, so 9 and 9. We're looking at a 45, 45, 90. So R is 9 root 2. So for number 4, we're told that arc ACB, this whole arc from here to here, is 110, so we know that half of that is 55, and therefore angle 1 is 55 degrees. Number 5, we have 3 chords. Something like this. And they're all congruent, so they all cut off the same amount of arc. And they have 120 degrees left over here. So 360 minus 120 equals 240. We divide that by 3. We say x equals 80 degrees. And that is the measure of arc BC. Number 6. Draw this one a little bigger. I'm drawing those bent so they're a little bit easier to see. And they're asking for the measure of arc CD. Well, this whole thing is 90, and we've got 2 congruent chords, so it just cuts it in half, so you're looking at 45 degrees. Number 7, A, B, O, equilateral triangle. This is 24. AB is 24. So 12 and 12. This is 30 degrees. I'm going to bust that triangle out so I can see what the heck I'm talking about here. 12 and 30 degrees. And they want to know what OA is. Well, that's the short side. So we double it, we get 24. Number 8. Got quite a few chords here. One here, one here. Perpendicular, perpendicular. Horrendously drawn, so we'll try and clean that up a little bit. And OM equals ON, 7 and 7. CM equals 6, so this is also 6. EF, which is here and here, has to therefore equal 12. Number 9, similar problem. AB equals 18, so we're looking at 9 and 9 here. OM equals 12, so 12 here. So I'm guessing we're going to have to get into the radius eventually. 9 here and 9 here. It's a 9, 12, 15 triangle. It's a 3, 4, 5 that's been scaled up to 9, 12, 15. So the radius is 15. Maybe I'll need that later. Maybe I won't. ON is 10. And we want to know what CD is. Well, fortunately, I went and found the radius earlier. So that's a 10, 15. So let's call this x. X squared plus 10 squared equals 15 squared. X squared equals 225 minus 100. X equals the square root of 125, which is 5 root 5. And we need 2 of them, so CD equals 10 root 5. 2 times that. Number 10 says sketch a circle with 2 non-congruent chords. And then it says which one's closer to the center. So there's a chord and there's a much bigger chord. And there's the center. So it asks, is the longer chord further from the center or closer? And clearly this distance is just closer than this distance. Scrolling down now, so pause it if you need to copy that. Number 11, sketch a circle with radius 10 and a chord XY 8 centimeters long. How far is the chord from O? So the chord XY is 8 long. And I drew in that line, and this is 10. This is 4. This is 4. So now we gotta do a little math. Call it x. X squared plus 4 squared equals 10 squared. X squared equals 100 minus 16. X squared equals x equals the square root of 84. So we're looking at, I'm just gonna keep it tight because we're running out of space. X equals 2 root 21. Number 12 is a very similar problem. Got a chord, center, RS, which is 16 long, so I'm going to put an 8 here. And it's 2 away. So the question is, what's the radius? 2 squared plus 8 squared equals, call it r, radius. R equals the square root of 4 plus 64, 68. R equals 2 root 17. Running out of space a little here, but we'll do the best we can. Number 17. Got a circle. If you haven't tried this because you just say, oh, I can't do it, really, really, really recommend you try it before I do it. It's 120 degrees. So draw on your radii that you can't see, and then see what you can do. I'm going to do it right now. It says OJ equals 10. What's JK? Well, this is also 10. All right, this is 60 and 60. So let's bust that out. 60 degrees, just drawn horribly. 30 degrees, 10. 10's the hypotenuse. Therefore, the short side is 5. There's 4. This is 5 root 3. There's 2 of them, so that's 10 root 3. Number 18 is a very similar problem, something you'll see on the quiz tomorrow. It says this is 150 degrees, so this is 30 degrees. So this is a central angle of 30 degrees. And this is 8 root 3. So that's across from the long side. That makes this 8 and this 16. And they want to know what HG is, which is all the way across. So this is 16 and the other half 16. So we get HG equals 32. If you failed to learn your 30, 60, 90s last unit, you're probably regretting it right about now. Number 19. These are very challenging. I won't quiz on these, but they're also doable. You have a sphere. Give it a belt. And here's the hard part to envision. You go from the center and it goes up 5 centimeters. And it cuts another circle here. Slightly smaller circle. And you go over and you come down, and that's your radius. So this distance up is given as 5. The radius is r, we don't know. And they said the diameter of the circle that was chopped is 12. So r is clearly 13. Very difficult to envision. Don't get hung up on it. We'll give you practice on it when we get there. 20. Same thing. Or similar, I should say. Plane P cuts sphere in a circle that has diameter 20. So it's up here. And also, whenever you see diameter, immediately write it as a radius. We work in a radius world. We ask diameter questions strictly to mess with you. So that's 10. And the sphere has a radius of 15. So how far up did we go? D equals, well, D squared plus 10 squared equals 15 squared. And I did this one earlier. D equals square root of 125. D equals 5 root 5. Number 21. says use trig, which means we got a SOHCAHTOA going here. It's just circle. And it says we cut off an arc. But we want to know how big the arc is, and we don't. The chord we cut off is 12. And the radius is 10. So again, we need to bust out our triangle and give it an altitude, because I can't do anything without a right triangle. 6, 10. I happen to know this is 8, but it doesn't matter. I want to know what the angle is. So it looks like sine. Sine of x equals 6 over 10. X equals sine the negative first. 6 over 10. Calculator. X equals 36.9 degrees. But remember, that was only this part. You need them both. So double it, and you get 73.7 degrees. And you might say, but that's the central angle. I want to know what the arc is. Well, the arc and the central angle are the same. So, same answer. Last one. Circle O. RS is 70. And arc RS is 70. This is 20. I'm going to break it right away. This is 10 and 10, and we want to know the radius R. So this is 35 degrees. So it looks like sine will work. Sine of 35 degrees equals opposite 10 over R. R equals 10 over sine of 35. And that's approximately 8.7. Pardon me. It's approximately 17.4. That's it. If you're very confused, welcome to the club. You need to really practice these problems. You can't just show up and say, oh, that's close enough, and pray that it works out. Good luck.